This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigil Green here and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to yet again talk about Collector vs Superman because you know, when the rare instance that this guy does well for me, you know damn well we're going to talk about it. So I'm still missing a gear on him, gotten crazy unlucky with the drops from the challenges, and this is the build that we're going to run with. Over here, not the perfect build, and with the gameplay that I had at that point, the fast attack chance that I put on his build is not gonna be very serviceable, and he's just 3 stars, so he can go much further than that. So this dude is not really a great damage dealer, doesn't have anything to recommend him as a great damage dealer, except for the fact that it's a legendary that everybody gets for free from the challenge and comes with gears. And as we know, Brainiac is going to be great at buffing legendary characters, and if you have Manta or you have a damage dealer Raven, then definitely use your Brainiac with that team. But some people don't have Manta and prefer to use their Raven with the League of Anarchy team, let's say, to support it, and in that scenario you'll have a Brainiac who doesn't have anything to do. Keep in mind it's a 6-star Brainiac, so it will be peak performance buffing from the passives. Passives are maxed out, and this is the thing that makes this team work. So you shouldn't build your Collector vs Superman as a standalone damage dealer, but only if you are in the specific situation where this is the case, where Brainiac is left to be wasted and you got this dude available to you to build. It's kind of serviceable, and it's kind of interesting because Brainiac buffs him so much that he's actually doing decently. Because in this video we're going to actually compare him with 2 other teams. I'm going to show you 3 fights. One will be with Collector vs Superman. One will be with this Justice Flash, who unlike Collector vs Superman is going to be all the way up to 6 stars. So yeah, that's gonna be far more base stack that he's getting. Cyborg is gonna be above 5 stars, so passive max there. And we're also going to talk about, to compare it to, where is she? Hold up, where? Oh, she's at the top character because she still has the artifact equipped, and my Multiverse Armored Supergirl, who yet again is a perfect build except for the talents, but in this scenario the talents will not really impact the damage that we're going to be able to do. All the gear rolls are going to be rare rolls of attack, and she's gonna have a ton of attack to start off with. So we're going to compare Collector vs Superman to those 2 teams, who, keep in mind, are far more build than him, and he's just 3 stars, and we'll see the damages. Now, a few more things to keep in mind is that we're going to have level 10 All Blades on him with 2 rare rolls of damage on Special 3, which is not gonna be as much additional damage as advertised, but it's still gonna be some additional damage that you might not be able to do if you don't have those rare rolls on All Blades, but it's not gonna be a huge difference, and the other 2 characters are also gonna benefit from it. And we're going to have Red Hood with a level 1 Jokerized Venom, which is gonna give me, I think, 500 or something additional attack, and we're also going to have level 1 Dark Metal cards, which is going to provide me with guaranteed crits. And again, the artifacts are gonna literally be the same for each of the teams that we're going to compare this with. Red Hood in there getting tagged in to tank that super move, then we're going to use our own super move. And this team takes a while to get going, my dudes, as any team with Brainiac stacking, to be honest. So Brainiac in there, special 1. Gonna block, and not gonna use any specials with this dude at the start. I could have used special 1 to cycle some power draining or power stealing, excuse me, but I didn't really feel the need to do that yet. Brainiac back in there, special 1. I think that I really suffer, and I think the main difference from not having this dude at a higher star rating in terms of the passive levels, because the passive that gives him damage for each character that goes below a certain threshold of health is not gonna be that impactful really, because I suspect it's calculated out of the base attack, so we don't care about that. But what I do care is about the passive that makes him and his legendary teammates have a chance to not lose combo as soon as they use a special. Because I think if I had this at a higher level, I wouldn't have lost combo after using the special 3, and maybe even after using the Brainiac special 1, and we would have been able to constantly get high combos. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that this dude is the type of guy who's gonna deal far more damage if he's in a scenario where he can stay for a long time in the fight rather than having to get tagged in and out. Come on, dropping there again. Collector vs Superman back in, straight into a special tree. His animation of the special tree is long enough so that we can straight up tagging our character afterwards, and that's good because that allows you to comfortably sit in at 4 all blade stacks and do some combo with Brainiac. There we go, Cleric Reverse Superman back in, and that's a 2.3 mil special tree. And again, the guaranteed crits really help him out over here. Sadly, you don't have guaranteed lethals too. That was when we also hit a lethal and on a higher combo. I think that's kind of the highest damage we got on the special tree, which was 3 mil and something. And this is the lower threshold of damage when the lethal doesn't even trigger and we're on lower combo. And that was barely above, I mean somewhat below 2 mil. And again, right now you might see that we're dealing crazy amounts of damage towards the end, but keep in mind it took us a very long time to get to this point and to set up. And boy, those lethals are just not hitting. Again, special train there. And yeah, another thing to keep in mind is that this dude kind of requires the perfect scenario for you to be able to pull this one off, which means it requires an opponent that's easily combo interruptible. If you can provide him with that, then most likely you're going to have far worse results than I had here. But yeah, getting tagged back in there, special tree, there we go. And yeah, one of the rare instances where the fight went well. Like, bro, this dude has been cursed for me so far. Every single time I try to use him, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. He dies, Brainiac dies, I mess up something. He has been cursed so far, but finally got a fight where I had a decent performance with him. And there we go, 36 million damage. And considering the artifacts used, that's okay. Now let's see how the Justice team is going to do and the Multiverse team. We're not going to have all Blades on Flash, we're going to give him the Dark Metal cards for additional crit damage. I mean, the crit damage is not at level 1 Dark Metal cards enough to the point to justify using it on your damage dealers, but for Flash he can pretty much use anything that he can get his hands on as long as he has the luxury of sitting in the fight for high amounts of time. Combo interrupting again, combo interrupting again. And we're actually gonna go for a few special trees here, but first I wanted to go for a super move. As soon as she's able to do her super move, I want to do it before her and then let her do hers, so we reset all the way back to the middle of the field only once, because we want to get right back to the right side of the field and stay there for as long as possible. Flash back in there. Come on, interrupting again. Come on, interrupt again. Yeah, this tier is highly reliant on combo interruption. If you're not able to combo interrupt, then you're not really gonna have the best of times with the Justice team. Still worth building though. You can have other ways to play this team. But yeah, if you can combo interrupt, this team will go from 0 to 100 real quick. And that's why I highly suggest that everyone learns how to combo interrupt. It's a game mechanic, stop pretending it isn't. Play your story rounds and learn how to combo interrupt there. They're free to fight. The combo interrupting again, the special tree damage is not the highest really, but neither are our basic attack hits damage. And boy, do I miss Fatherbox from this dude. Like, Fatherbox in Dawn of Apocalypse, the classic Justice team with Flash is going to rip ass. Yeah, this is a team that yet again heavily benefits from having high level Soul Raid artifacts because of not a great synergy with all blades. Like, I've seen this dude dealing above 100 mil damage against a Raven in Advent of Chaos with Sword of Salvation. So we're really not giving Flash the proper tools here, sadly. I'm thinking of building him on my secondary account, but I need to get my Cyborg on the secondary account all the way up to 5 stars. It's currently just 4. Come on, interrupting again. And yeah, this is very risky as well, because all it takes is for us to mess up once. And as soon as that happens, we're going to die. And looking at this, I kinda regret the trend that I went with putting defense on Batman Who Laughs, though I guess it's justifiable, because like, look, Deathstroke and Batman Who Laughs are going to die just as fast as Flash. Maybe even less fast than Flash. And I have put, and yeah, he's dead there. We messed up once, I told you. But yeah, on Flash I refused to put defense, and on those guys I did. I guess I did put defense on those guys because them staying alive is far more impactful than them having the optimal stats, because their damage is anyway going to be out of percentage damage, and you really want to get out of the way. So yeah, Flash would have done slightly more than Collector vs Superman if I played it correctly until the end. But yeah, that's 33 mil. I'm going to play Multiverse team with Shazam. I gave Collector vs Superman Red Hood, so that's not gonna be an option for this team. But yeah, getting back here, engaging the combo with Flash, tagging Supergirl and Special Tree. This team is yet again, this is kind of the most comparable team to Collector vs Superman because their playstyle is going to be for the most part the same. With the difference that obviously you don't need to really stack lethal or anything, but they're going to love the enemy sitting in the corner where they can just spam specials and keep them in the area of guaranteed crits and come and chop them. Special train there again. I'm trying to keep up for all blade stacks at all time. I could have a slightly better gameplay with this team to the point where I build combo with Flash all the way to the point that Multiverse Armor Supergirl tagging is available. I could definitely do that. And then I tag straight into a special with Multiverse Armor Supergirl and then try to combo interrupt. But that gameplay is far more risky and I'm not that good with combo interrupting Multiverse Armor Supergirl. I'm gonna say it, I'm not that good, and I'd rather use this because it's gonna be just slightly less damage in this scenario and it's gonna be for the most part good enough. You could have done that without having to combo interrupt by having God Killer on Flash, but I'd rather have the Dark Metal cards because of the guaranteed crit. I think that's far more important. Another special one there, combo interrupting again, Multiverse Armor Supergirl and Special Tray. That's a 1.8 mil. That's decent. And as you can see, the peak performance damage of this team, even though it's far more built than the Collector vs Superman team, is actually going to be lower per damage on special, even though it's pretty much the same sequence. They use special trees at the same rate, but they're going to be very close to him in terms of damage at this point because the lethal setup takes a ton of time, where Multiverse team kind of comes online far earlier. But yet again, just 3 stars Collector vs Superman. Missing 1 gear still, so he would definitely deal more at the moment than my Justice team and my Multiverse team. But the problem is though, with Justice team and Multiverse team, for some reason I tend to fail far less times than with him. That's a little bit weird, because those are risky teams as well. Multiverse Armor Supergirl back in, and boy, the single time when the guaranteed crits area is not on the ground, I'm not gonna get the crits, because why would I? Fair enough, I guess. Combo interrupting again. Multiverse Armor Supergirl in. Combo interrupting. Yet again, the same artifacts, except for Justice team because we didn't have all blades there, but the same artifacts on the Multiverse team and on Justice team as there were on Collector vs Superman. And I do a jump attack there and try to squeeze one more special tree. And yeah, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button and comment down below because it really helps out. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.